Hello, everyone. Welcome back to ECAC. We're in the final week of the season. We're in finals of Division A. We got a matchup between City College of New York versus Ball State. Your winners of Group 3 versus your winners of Group 2. I'm really excited, Wes. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. We're having a bit of tech problems early here. But once that gets started, it's going to be a great series ahead of us.
Yeah. With the new patch update, you really have to. Sometimes things are going wrong, Riot and Valorant just have those. Every PC reacts differently. But we are seeing CCNY, City College of New York, again for the second week in a row, which is exciting considering the performance we saw from them last week.
Yeah, a 3-1 win over Seneca, the second place team in Group 2 that also ended 5-1, same record as Ball State. But Ball State did beat Seneca in the regular season, so I'd put them over the favorites, in that matchup. But they're riding high. They had a really solid performance. Wins on, I believe, like they won 3 in a row. They won Haven, Sunset, Bind back to back. And it was kind of just pure utter dominance. I remember explicitly that Bind game was just there's no chance for Seneca. We haven't seen Ball State all year. I, a man from Indiana myself, know a lot about Ball State. So they're a very strong esports program. I'm sure this team is going to be very talented, but I also do believe this is their academy team.
Right. It does. Yeah. I mean, when you consider, having coming from that esports college, you really, I mean, even their second team has got to have some pretty impressive skills.
Yeah, I mean, you'd expect that too. Again, with a 5-1 record, only one loss in the regular season, it'll be good. We do know that they did have a pretty crazy map loss. I think they went 1-13 on one map in their matchup last week against Midwestern State University, Texas. We don't know what map that was. I don't know if it's being played tonight, but in kind, they also won a map 13-2. So clearly a team that has balanced their weaknesses and strengths and are willing to throw away around if it knows they can get a guaranteed win later.
Yeah, and that's really what you have to consider. Like, you can't be the best at everything and know when to cut your losses. I am very curious to see if we are going to see that map be played. I have no clue how that would even go here. City College of New York has had, as we said, this incredible record, 6-0. So to have a map like that be played would probably be very devastating for them.
Yeah, we'll see how it matches up. We do have the maps that we're going to play tonight. It's another best of 5, just like it was last week and the week before. It's Haven, Bind, Ascent, Split, and then we'll head to Abyss if we need it, if we go to a Game 5. And the thing that I was talking about with you prior to the stream starting was I was kind of expecting these maps that are not neon centric to be the main focal point tonight, and that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Yeah. After today's patch, we really have probably not going to see any neon players for at least a little while.
Yeah, everybody was aware of how powerful Neon was. It was very much meta defining, and rather than balance it perfectly, they made Neon worse than she was when prior to the buff. So she only has one stun now. She still has improved accuracy on her slide, but only has one of them, and it's not full on perfect accuracy, which isn't great. And it was pretty big. Her ult's also an extra point, and it only lasts 10 seconds instead of 20. So overall, pretty heavy losses. But that being said, we saw Eudaimonia last week do a lot of work with this Neon, especially with that ult. I believe getting that. I believe getting an ace. I correct me if I'm wrong.
So.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
Yeah. So maybe losing that piece will be a bit of a struggle for the duelist player of CCNY, but also they did show that they could play the Jet and the Rays. So I have a feeling they'll be pretty comfortable.
Yeah, definitely. With these major changes, I've got to say that, as we talked about it last week, just having that, seeing the neon ult was just horrible. Like, it's just a really horrible to combat, horrible to be up against ult. I mean, very big advantage when you know how to use it. But it's nice to see it be a little bit toned down, maybe make it a little less scary. But I am definitely curious to see how CCNY adapts to this major change.
Yeah, and again, I think it was through that map pick we're seeing Haven. Haven is, I would say, a neon map. It's pretty strong, but Jet has proven that they can do well on that battleground. But Bind has always been Raze's playground. Ascent and Jet's playground for ages. Split a Jet and Raze map. You see that double duelist comp all the time. And Abyss, from the series that I've seen played, especially at a pro level, it's usually a Jet map. So again, moving away from where you would normally see that neon, which is ascent, or not ascent, sorry, sunset, and moving to these maps instead. So I think it's a smart choice. That way you don't have to change up your whole team comp and come up with things on the fly. But we'll also see if maybe we see stuff like Vise get played today, because Vise also got really heavily buffed, and,
Yeah.
and adding a slow to the wall, I think is pretty insane and will make her a lot more viable as a sentinel. And that, combined with the fact that Cypher has now been kind of, I would say, weakened a significant amount, we could always see changes in what we see these sentinels players bring out.
Yeah, definitely. I think that if any time we were going to see Vise this season, it would be today. It's definitely different because we haven't been seeing it like all season, all these matches. I think we've seen Vise maybe once, and it didn't really work out in their favor. But now with these pretty incredible buffs, it's much more likely that we'll be seeing Vise be played. I mean, it very much strengthened, as you said, as a Sentinel, and perhaps being able to see her used more often, if not this season, next season.
Yeah, but I think we will see her used more down the line, especially when VCT and tier two gets back into the swing of things. We'll see it experimented with and see how they do. And that's really kind of how college works, though. Is a lot of these comps that we see are usually based on what pro play shows and what pro play demonstrates, and sometimes we see some separate uh, metas. We saw some deadlock pretty early on in our Titans division, and that worked out really, really well. But I mean, who knows? It really is up to just like how confident these players feel, how much prep they put in, and at this stage in the season, you're 6-0 if you're CCNY, and you're 5-1 if you're Ball State. I mean, you probably don't want to change anything. If it's not broke, don't fix it. That's like the mentality you got to have, and especially going into a high intensity series like this, I'd expect they stick with their guns.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. They seem to have a pretty solid lineup, as we saw. They were able to make it this far, both teams able to make it this far. And I mean, we're at the finals at this point. This is the last game of the season. And you really don't, as you said, want to be making those major changes. But yeah, I really feel like if we were to see Vise and to be used in a lot better ways, or actually get a lot of use out of it, I feel it would be today.
Yeah, yeah. I would look for it like Unbind. I think is again where I've seen it talked about the most. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure how Vise even looks, because again, it's been very rarely played. So we'll see. We're still waiting for players to get in though, so it's going to be just a few more moments. Hopefully, we get our match to you today. It's not looking great. Obviously, technology has been a problem, and for whatever reason, um, Division A loves to have the most tech issues. So we've experienced with this in the past, but again, we really want to get this grand finals match to you. So hopefully we are able to in just a little bit. I think we're gonna kick it to a break, just so that we don't lose our voices here, and we have more good consistent content to bring you once matches get underway. Okay, well, I can say that everybody is
It's
in
okay.
the
I'll send
lobby
admins my
now,
schedule.
but yeah, I think we're good. I think we're gonna get into things. I'm not sure. We might be kind of in a strong arm situation here, as the coach from Ball State is currently having a discussion, and it's also the person who will get us into the match. So I don't know what they're gonna do. We're going in. All right, sounds good.
Let's go.
All fine. We get to play some Valorant, and that's what we're here for, and that's what you guys at home are trying to watch. So hopefully, we can get that delivered to you. And here it is. We're into Haven. And wow, we can see already Udai not shying away post nerf, locking in that neon right away.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, very shocking at this point, considering how badly Neon was nerfed here. I am very eager to see what Udai does bring to the table, though. I mean, you got to have that confidence, and clearly they do.
Yeah, I mean, you got to just roll with it, roll with the punches, and it's, we'll see. Again, did really great work here on Haven last week. Was the star player for CCNY. But Ball State going back to the traditional ways, bringing out the Jet, and overall, this is a very old meta comp. I mean, you get the Astra, the Breach, Sova, KJ, Jet. That's exactly. I feel like I'm in 2021 again. Um, but it works. It's very very solid, and I'm excited to see it. But on the other side, we got a Clove and a Neon, two agents I wouldn't necessarily be expecting here at this point in time.
Right, definitely. I mean, we said that we've said it before, but Astra has those 5 stars once again. So seeing Astra back on this map is very interesting and potentially pretty useful.
Obscuring vision.
Yeah. We'll see. Now things are going to start off. It's a default here outside of A main. Astra Star going to be used just to hold CCNY in spawn. And a lot of space has been taken up now. Pneumonia gonna swing first. Actually puts the knife out. Doesn't full clear the corner. And first picks are going the way of Ball State. Phobos and Ian combining for 4. Spike is down. Snack all alone on an island. Sheriff in hand. But with 3 holding the angle and only a sound cue to work with, not sure much can happen. Yeah, there it is. Ready for the jump up. Ian knocks it down. That's 3 picks right away. And a good start for Ball State.
Yeah, Ball State seemingly in a good place right now. This seems to be working for them. That early Astra smoke right off prevented pretty much anyone from pushing in, because you weren't quite sure where anyone could be positioned after that. It's really useful to have smokes that end up cutting off like the only source of entry to to the site. I mean, at least the main source of entry. I guess you could go through B, but it's a little background for pistol round.
Oh, now this is a fast pace. So Outlaw in hand, but both shots whiffed. Phobos having a bit of shaky mechanics there, and 2 players immediately down on the side of Ball State. So advantage is in the hands of CCNY. They just need to get Spike down. 1 player sitting in heaven, the other coming from CT. Spike is down. Outlaw in the hands of Panda, and this is a pretty strong position to work from.
Here.
2 picking 1. Oh, but 1 picked in main. Panda taken down by Bam, but Bam traded out at the end of it. Was stuck on 10 HP. Spectre in the hands of Soup is going to have to get the last 4 if they want to convert this one. Finds the first. We push from every angle. It will not matter. Unimonia with 3 kills on the round and winning that eco, and picks up a Vandal for it as well. Wow, what a great second round for CCNY.
Yeah, you guys seem to get a lot of use out of Neon right there. But we see an operator being used in the 3rd round.
Yeah, this is interesting to say the least.
Yeah, but I mean, Ball State seems to be confident in this, and they are sending this. Which...
Yeah, there it is. The op in hand, no shields. No nothing, and there's the first one. It's gonna have to be all Classy here. Udai just goes down, stuns up Classy, though Classy just using every piece of utility to get out. But 2 picks early on, and the entirety of the attack stopped in its tracks. So this hero op is doing its job right now. What I'm wondering is, why is CCNY insistent on continuing to push into this site? Still looking to find a way in, poking and prodding through sewers and main. Flank being held, but no progress anywhere on the map. 45 seconds left in the round. I just don't think they were expecting the op. I mean, who would be?
It's a very bold play.
Dropping smokes. 30 seconds
Well,
left.
Retrosin decided that A is the final move. The op is in heaven, but bam. Utility is going to make it really difficult to get onto site. Panda with a nice flick, but Classy able to trade it out. Phobos, okay, getting dirty with the shotgun. Brings it down to just 1 player. Snack not going to be able to do anything at all. Classy getting 4 with the operator instantly. And yeah, I would say that paid off in dividends.
Yeah, definitely. 100% it did. CCNY knew what they were doing. Not CCNY, excuse me. Ball State knew what they were doing with that off buy. It is an absolutely shocking thing to do. Just, you don't expect it. You'll never expect it on 3rd round. And it really paid off, especially when CCNY would not stop poking, not stop going A. Very committed to that site and not willing to give it up.
Yeah, and they're going back to it again. There's 4 players pushing it fast. That stun towards main. The Neon rushing down, and it just seems like they have a very clear game plan, and they're going to try to abuse it to the fullest extent. But right now, I mean, they're already down 2 rounds and getting solo stopped by just Classy and that operator. Doesn't give me a lot of confidence. And here goes Retrosin down once more. Classy again with the operator. Finally, though, some picks going the way of Partisan. Classy trades it out. It's a 2v3 scenario. Spike stuck in main, and they have no way to get this operator. Neon only with... Oh, never mind. Okay. Dude, I just... Swinging back sight. Finds Classy. Now it's a 2v1. And Snack will win that as well. Nice flick. And takes out the player from the flank. So, okay. It was recovered here. We're back even. It's been a bit chaotic, I would say.
Yeah. The plays are extremely unexpected. The skill level just seems to be going back and forth. I mean, CCNY seems very comfortable on A site, not willing to give it up, and apparently knew what they were doing this time around.
Yeah, but
Able to take out that operator.
Yeah, it was all that really mattered. But what I'm noticing right now is the Neon is running out of utility in Steam very, very early. Quick flash and stun. Classy takes one down, but Panda trades it back immediately. So it's just the 1-for-1 and the KJ, the player to go down. So I honestly don't feel too bad about that on the side of CCNY. Phobos finding Retrosin on A on an island is actually pretty bad now. Those smokes will not get any sort of utility now in the rest of this round. Aldrone gonna go out through C. Let's see, absolutely nothing is there. Maybe the head of the Astra peeking from garage, and it's a shorty. Oh, the timing! Oh, but the stuns, it's all really awkward. The Hunter's Fury coming in, finding Partisan, but everybody on site goes down. So, once again, up to Panda. 1v1 Soup being called on once again to do the impossible, and it will not happen. It's 4 kills for Panda and 3 rounds on the board for CCNY.
Yeah, I mean, having Clove on as your only smoke is a little bit of a worry, but also at the same time, being able to smoke after death is pretty good. But when you are eliminated so far from where your team is committing, it is very difficult. So as a Clove, flanking or keeping watch on the back is just probably not the best choice.
Yeah, it was an interesting decision that was made, and they almost lost their anti-eco for it. But now we're going to see the new Neon ult being used, and look how fast it's draining. Yudai is not able to find anybody. They could just wait it out, entirely hide, and now Ian comes back in with a vengeance, taking 2 down instantly. Spike goes down.
Right there.
Bam grouping up with the rest of the Cardinals. They're ready for this retake. It's players all down long and trying to re-clear garage late. All silent on site. Here comes counter spam. You gotta remember, things did get nerfed. You can't just spam the bomb. Classy, bringing it down. Just the one player left. Panda with the Hunter's Fury does a lot of damage, but there's still a player on Spike, and it's gonna be stuck. And it's gonna be Panda who goes down to the op. And we're back on even footing.
We got this.
Bit of a messy one.
Definitely a bit scuffed at the end there, but as we saw, Neon ult is definitely much more combatable now. It's not as scary. You can hide from it. You don't have to worry about them finding you. You really just gotta wait it out at this point. It's much more doable with those 10 seconds. And as we saw, Classy is so far been incredible with this operator and very much a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how Avon is very much a offense attack-sided map, but Classy is flipping that on its head with just how much value they're getting with this operator right now. It's bringing down everybody, getting 2 alone in that round. Phobos, bam, still holding down main, but almost breaking through is Panda. Soup finds the lurker, so it's gonna be half HP left, and everybody looking for Panda to make a play. And yeah, there you go. Judge gonna kill from there at that low of health. So yeah, Cardinals doing work early, and what I can tell you right now is I love this Astra pick.
Yeah, it's so far gotten an incredible amount of use out of Astra, and we're seeing a lot of just being able to, as Astra is able to cross the map super easily with smokes and just always have a smoke at the ready. She is a very strong controller, and I feel on a map with 3 sites, she's a very strong pick.
Yeah, I mean, again, she was the main pick back in the day, and it looks like that's going to be the case now, and you can see it's paying off in droves. It's definitely, I would say, applying more value than this Clove right now, especially because how well they're able to coordinate these tight holds. Bam, getting away with one for free. And Bricks just not being cleared. Classy coming in, rotating fast with the operator to keep the numbers advantage. And once again, it's Classy just being the stopping force once the trades go down and the dust settles, and leaving Ball State on top. But it's up to Retrosint and Snack to figure out what site is open, where can they go. There's gonna be 1 player planted on each, ready to rotate at a moment's notice. Poking, prodding through grass, the turret. We're gonna give a lot of information. Pulls Soup towards garage.
30 seconds left. No peeking.
Retrosint
Here.
dropping those smokes, and Classy will be called over in just a second. They're still not 100% convinced, but now with Spike going down, that will be the key indicator. The Star actually delaying plant, so they're going to start this flood retake right away. It's going to be Snack in a 1v3, and it's not able to get it done. Classy, once again, with the op, curing the round.
Yeah, an operator is a scary thing, especially in the hands of a player like Classy. Ball is very clearly comfortable on this map. They know what they're doing. They're able to hold back CCNY at every point, it seems. But CCNY is not giving up either. Despite being down by 2 rounds now, they are still putting up a pretty good fight. It's pretty messy, but it's there.
Yeah, and you know, this is a map that CCNY won pretty comfortably last time around, but I have to be thinking in the back of my mind now with this, you know, Eudaimonia not able to do as much due to the agent being so heavily changed. It's starting to show like, okay, obviously there's a very good Jet player on the opposing team, and that might just be exactly what's going to set these two teams apart. And as I say that, Classy coming in once more with that op, finding the first kill, and it's just difficult. They seem like they're always playing at a man disadvantage right now. Monia gonna start their push towards C. Bravwell gonna slow things down. The spam doesn't find any damage. Ian, position noted. The players already rotating in. Lockdown used, but here comes the rolling thunder. Everybody stunned up on site. Soup still breaking their way in. Lockdown is destroyed. Partisan trying to hold back all of these attackers, or sorry, defenders. Retrosin bringing it down to 1. Jump peaks, it's not great. It's actually fantastic for Phobos. He finds the last 2 coming from flank, and already with 6 on the board is Ball State.
Right. As you were saying, the Neon pick is definitely showing a difference between these two duelist players. The players themselves are both really good, as we've seen in the past from Udai, and as we're currently seeing from Classy. But with the new update, it's clear that Jet is just the better agent currently. Probably more comfortable. Classy doesn't have to worry about any of these changes, and as we're seeing, Ball is very, as I said, very comfortable on this map. They know what they're doing. They know how to use the map to their advantage.
Yeah, and again, they've just made it seem like this very attack-sided map is not. Also, oh my gosh, Classy, what is that tech? Just able to hold the window despite the flash. Fully confident that didn't need to unswing. So that's a bit insane from there. And Ian is going to just cause so many problems. Spike is down in garage, and it's a judge just holding it down. Snack looks lost what to do, and with Bam hitting shots like these, I think it's just all but wrapped up here. Picking up the operator for style and getting a third.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, Ball State is really running away with these last few rounds. It has been a while since we've seen CCNY gain a round, and they are doing an incredible job on this defense. You really don't expect to get this many defensive rounds on a map like Haven with all 3 sites, but they are seemingly locked down every time. And even when they do give up site, retake is generally pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they've been fantastic on the retake. We saw an example of that just 2 rounds ago, but this is a different look here. They're just rushing straight into garage, but this Hunter's Fury gonna slow everything down. Classy still finding Eudaimonia. I mean, okay. It's getting a little bit ridiculous at this point. What can this man not do? But, you know, despite all of this, Spike will get down, and Snack does find the operator player. So, never mind. Everybody just trying to fight their way back towards Garage, and it's not working out. Bam finding Panda, and okay, well, 8 on the board. It's a little rough. It's a little rough for the Beavers.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna call it here, but you know, if they don't get this next round here, I would say it's almost insurmountable what they would have to do on their defense side.
Right. And as I've said, and as I think you've mentioned as well, it is not a defense-sided map. I mean, Ball State is making it seem like it is, but at this point, it is definitely a massive uphill climb for CCNY, even if they do get this next round. If they do secure this next round, it is definitely less, but if they are looking at a 9-3 defensive half, is not where you want to be.
No, yeah, I absolutely agree. But I guess the bit of cope is I do believe Haven was Ball State's pick, and it's definitely looking that way. So maybe, you know, you can just chalk it up to they had more prep. But I don't think that Beavers are going to be content with that. They're going to want to be able to fight their way back into this one. But with how well this defense is playing, I just don't think that's going to be possible. Panda finding nothing with the Hunter's Fury. Classy with the knives. Takes out Retrosint. So again, Panda and Sanak have to do the impossible. They find two. Oh, but there's Spike down in sewers. Snack is sighted. The double swing. It doesn't work out. Snack. Oh, can't find it. Ian on the flank. Not expected. Lands the last shot. And it is a 9-3 half advantage here for Ball State.
Yeah, going into an attack on Haven, Ball State is looking pretty solid right now. As we said, we don't want to call it now. Anything can happen. We've seen some incredible comebacks this season, so I wouldn't put it past CCNY to make one of those. But currently, calling it as I see it, Ball State is in a very good place. They know this map. They seem to communicate well with each other, at least enough to feel comfortable where they are and what they're doing.
Yeah, comfortable and confident. I agree, absolutely. And I'm assuming that their attacking side is going to be just so. We'll see what they can do. Classy with the Sheriff. Try to get us opened up here on the C site. Snack, the solo defender. 4 players entering in. The Astra lurking in mid. Snack just trying to give up sight. No, does go down. It's traded by Retrosint, so just a 1-for-1. But Spike will go down. Ian, I think, was spotted. So we're going to be aware of the lurk. The fighting is on site, and it's going the way of Bam. Already with 2, and Ian, never mind, not noted on the flank. Finds the last 2. And, yeah, just dismantling this defense right away on this pistol round. Yeah, and if I don't see a force buy from CCNY right now, you might as well call it over. I think it's just too much at this point.
Right, for sure. I mean, at this point, it is not looking very good. You have to. Ball State needs like 3 more rounds, and they need 10 more at this point. And you can't make a mistake. At 10-3, you really don't want to be making any sort of mistakes.
And with sheer utility alone, I mean, I think they can get that to work out for them. Let's see what they can do. A lot of Sheriffs in the hands of these CNY players. Snack peeking out wide, landing some damage, but won't find a pick. It's going to pull the rotate over from Partisan. Snack does find Bam and the spikes. That's huge opening pick. Trying to fight Classy here. Still on grass. Bulldog is recovered, but the shots aren't landing, and the stinger from Partisan gonna find Classy. And again, though, just finding a nice timing through garage, and Partisan's all stuck here in this corner. I mean, gonna have to swing out. Will go down, even numbers, and gun advantage firmly in the grasp of Ball State. All 3 players from CCNY grouped up towards CT. Retrosint trying to recover the stinger, maybe. Only a Bucky. It's going to be really difficult to retake site. Soup finding Panda, but Eudaimonia trying to make things happen. Finds 2 right away. But you still got to deal with the Astra utility. The Gravwell going to pull Retrosint off. I don't know if it's going to be possible. One way is up. Eudaimonia playing in front of it. Just trying to draw attention away. It's too big of a smoke. You can't actually see Retrosint, so they're just able to stick it.
Good play by CCNY there. I mean, just really using that to their advantage at this point, and probably also using the fact that you can't ping Spike anymore. Despite the Astra util able to pull them off Spike, however briefly, it just wasn't enough this time around, and there's not too much you can do in a 2v1 situation on CU, and you're all the way down main. It's kind of difficult in that situation, but still 10-4.
Yeah, but it was a big round back for CCNY, but they gotta keep the momentum running. They got to shut down every single move That ball state throws at them. Panda only on 30 HP, getting chased down by Classy. Won't get away this time. Ian on the lurk. Gonna be spotted by the alarm bot, but I think A is where they're gonna try to re-hit. Partisan pushing it aggressively, finding both Soup and Phobos. Okay. All right, well, Partisan wants to end this right here and right now. Spike is down again in A main. Numbers advantage going the way of the Beavers, but Ian and Classy left on the map. Nothing is guaranteed. B site is open. The call is correct. They walk in. They're going to get Spike down for free.
Spike planted.
See what they can do here. Oh, it's an aggressive swing by Ian. It won't work. Snack takes it down. But Snack has a judge. Oh, never mind. I lied. I am seeing things. Classy is sitting in main. And with just a judge, I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult to make it happen. Classy almost finds two. And it was up to Retrogen just spamming through the smoke to trade it out. And okay, yeah, again, I think we've said this a few times. Chaotic, sketchy, but you know what? A lot of grit shown here from the Beavers, and just able to get this 5th round.
Yeah. I mean, 5 rounds now. You're probably feeling a bit more comfortable. Still 5 rounds down, but it seems like much less of a climb than 3 to 10. Probably feeling a little bit better if you're CCNY, and feeling a bit of pressure if you're Ball State, but still a long way to go before we can say it is a close game.
Yeah, they got to really show their mettle and prove that they can get things going, because, you know, there's a huge deficit. Again, with just utility alone, it's hard to say that they can't prevent another few rounds going on the board. Now is their time to shine. Push into Garage. Retrogen spotted out. Well, not the classic, so they don't know the judge is in hand. They have the space they want. They still got to get onto the C site. Always our position for a Garage push. And Retrogen finds Classy. Sides are pushing in and maybe getting a little too optimistic here. Soup on the lurk gets struck down by Panda. So 5v3 and no Spike down on site. Retrosid just finding another timing. This judge is getting way too much. Stuck on a wall. I don't know what's going on. Ian's on 11 HP. This judge is surefire way to just take him out. Oh, it's so messy. Spike all alone. Phobos trying to break through. Oh, Ian, don't make it. All right, all good. Retrosid 3 with the judge. What more could you ask for? There you go. The Clove doing their work. Shotgun Warrior activated.
Yeah, we saw a lot from Retrogen last time with that shotgun, and we're seeing it again this time. I mean, the timings, everything. Retrogen knows how to use those shotguns and definitely uses that to their advantage. They're comfortable with it, they know which corners to do, and they're aggressive with it, which is not what people generally expect when facing off against a shotgun. Usually when you back off, they back off, but Richardson just keeps going.
Yeah, just keep swinging, keep pushing. It's entirely psycho mentality from your controller player. But I guess Clove lets it happen, so you really can't complain too much. But here we go, this is the utility we're talking about. Knives being employed. The scan gonna reveal where Snack is standing and finding one through the smoke. They're gonna hear Classy trying to walk through. They're trying to find the spam, just not able to do so. They're going to go look for a retake angle. What they don't know is that it's been a reposition. Everybody's on A. It's a free site. It's all a ruse. Hunter's Fury trying to prevent this plant. It does find good damage. It does find Bam. Yudamono finds Ian as well. 2 huge picks to make this retake so much easier. The Phobos using Hunter's Fury himself, trying to slow things down. It might be the end of Panda. No, dodging the last strike. Recon spotting 3. It's a bunch of rifle spam, but nothing down.
One enemy
Retrozen
remaining.
finding one player left in main, and they're just sticking. Its spike is halved. Classy goes down, traded up by Panda, and only 3 more now to get back on even terms. CCNY is coming back. It's strong here.
Right. Making us eat our words here when we call this an attack-sided map. Both teams seem to be doing very well on defense and just a bit worse on offense. Overall, got close there to the end. Not able to stick it all the way, but finally able to take out the last from Ball State and able to secure them a round. As you said, now 10-7, only 3 rounds down and only 6 rounds to win.
And again, some really vital ult to use that flat pass round. So you gotta be feeling good. The snowball's starting to grow in size. Might start rolling down this mountain in just a bit, but they gotta win this even by round. Classy back with shotgun in hand. Gonna dive this back line. Just make things chaotic. But it's a retake angle. Pretty off-site here
You want to fight it?
for the Beavers. That Astral gonna lock that in. Spike going back down on these boxes. The Rolling Thunder used right away. Phobos able to have things be traded. Panda caught dropping from heaven, and Soup is finding so many picks. Retrozen knocked down by the Judge. The Judge, 1 bullet left in the chamber. Artisan just going down to the spam, and it's all down KJ's neck. Finds the first. 3 left, and it won't matter. Classy with a 3K. The Duelist finally getting involved on the attacking side and going to bring it back. Stopping the bleeding.
Have much before it gets way too severe for them. Right now, looking up for Ball State, they're probably feeling better now that they have gotten 1 on the board in a long time. Feeling probably pretty better. 2 rounds to win. Excuse me. And are probably feeling a bit more confident now. Have a bit better weapons and guns, and feeling pretty good.
It could all go down if Eudaimonia finds a lot of value right now. I think they know there's a player behind bricks. Panda's baiting, but Panda's just gonna fall. Eudaimonia has to just try to get out. Uses the one and only slide they have to do so. But here comes the rotate. Going towards C, and not a single player in sight. And Classy playing heads up, holding for the re-clear. Some good noise taken up, though, by Snack. They might find a good timing here. They do. So Classy down. That's a huge pick, but still a 4v3 scenario. Lockdown in hand, but what can you do? Post plant positions being taken up. It looks like it's going to be a spam play from the long. Here we go. Overdrive used by Eudaimonia, and just getting spammed with utility. It can get ever so difficult. Shock Dart goes onto the spike, does a lot of damage, and here comes the grab well. All of this utility just being used in perfect combination. The layering is too solid, and so are the shots.
Now, match point now for Ball State, and you must be sweating if you are City College of New York. It is not looking too great for them right now. Still very doable, but no more mistakes could be made at all at this point. You're sitting at match point. As you said, the util usage by Ball State was incredible there. Able to really just know how to play offsite, how to play downside, and really just got no use out of Udai's ult.
Yeah, the overdrive did absolutely nothing, and that's the second time we've seen that happen. And again, it's 8 ult orbs now. It's just so much more you have to invest to use it. There's a big damage done down to Phobos early. Just through the spam. It's a very slow default this time around. I think they're just trying to catch these players pushing up a little too far. You can see that Ian is starting to work their way down C long. I have a feeling this fight's going to really determine how this round goes.
Got the spike.
Yeah, they're gonna feel comfortable going C, but it's still Retrozen in backside. KJ Utility gonna spot Ian. Retrozen's really far away, but still finds it. And now with the overheal. Oh, never mind. Phobos does take out Retrozen.
30 seconds left.
So it's even numbers. And lockdown used on both sides.
Spike planted.
Nonetheless, Spike does go down. Unimonia not allowing people to start to hold it back. Sorry. All right. Well, never mind. Bam. Thank you for stopping me in my word. Making me eat my words. They were trying to disrupt this post plant hold. It's just not happening.
No more
Oh, but Phobos does go down, and Snack lands another crucial shot onto Stoop. It's gonna be the spam with the rifle. He's got to reload, and it's not gonna happen. Panda gonna find Bam as well. Pick up a rifle on his way out, and a huge round for CCNY. They keep in it, and a huge clutch overall from the Sova main. And wow, okay, not done yet. Not done yet.
CCNY refuses to let this go that easily. They do not want this match to end with their loss. And understandably so. I mean, this is for the title of A division. So you really do want to be doing your absolute best here and not give any games away.
Yeah, and again, this is a map that they did win last week. It's just proven to be very difficult this time around. Hall State's really making them work for it, and they're sitting round away from victory. Ian is already all the way up on the C site. Mac does avoid the Owl Drone, but okay, suddenly B is also open. It's a pincer move. Everybody going down, and all space being taken. Nothing the defenders can do, and unless we see some absolute heroics from Eudaimonia right now, I just don't know what's going to happen. Udai finding Soup, but there's still 4 left. Finds Classy 2 away from the overdrive. Clears out Garage, but that's audio given. Everybody's going to start swinging this. I have a feeling the first one to go is Phobos. Doesn't work. 6 bullets left in the chamber. Time is ticking low. They're playing together. They're playing smart. The stun goes out, and Eudaimonia goes down. Made it close, but not good enough. Ball State take map 1.
Ball State got a little bit scuffed there at the end. A little scary for them, as Udai is known to do some incredible things, but this time not enough. And the map goes to Ball State.
And we have a bit of an update due to how delayed the start was as a result of CCNY not being on time. It also means that map 2 will be going to Ball State. So they already are on series point, and CCNY lose their map pick. So really, really unfortunate position to be playing in right now for the Beavers. They have to get a reverse sweep. They gotta start this reverse sweep on Ball State's pick. I don't know. It suddenly this seems like a bit impossible, especially because Ascent, which is where we're going to next, most likely is a map that they lost last week. They lost to Seneca.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ascent does not seem to be their exact strong suit right now. They lost it last week, and I mean, we've seen some, and they lost Haven this week, so maybe just different reverse, able to pull it back for Ascent, but it is not looking too good for CCNY right now.
And again, if we're talking about Ascent, we're going to talk about Jet. And if we're talking about Jet, we gotta talk about Classy, because Classy dropping 25 plus kills, really lethal with the operator, doing a lot of work with different weapons, rifling, judging. I mean, anything you could imagine, and just absolutely barreling through the entirety of CCNY and going back to a map where Jet is so favored. It's going to be, even more difficult already. I'm not saying that Eudaimonia can't perform on the Jet, but I don't know if they can match that standard. So you might have to see a bit of a, I don't know. You need the team to lift up Udai right now, rally around the duelist, and make sure that you provide the utility to let him succeed, because I have a feeling that Classy is going to just wreak havoc on Ascent this next map.
Definitely, definitely. Especially how we saw Classy use the operator last time while on defense. They are starting off on defense again on Ascent. And we saw that Classy is extremely skilled with that operator, very comfortable with it. And the op has a lot of use and gets a lot of attention on Ascent.
Yeah, it does. And the other thing I want to say is Classy's been super self-sufficient. Hasn't really needed to rely on his team to make those plays. And at this level, that's terrifying. Again, on a round where his whole team had nothing but classics and a shorty, he found four and clutched it out for him. I mean, with an operator. And so that's just, again, shows the levels that they're playing at right now. But again, I mean, yes, Udai did fine last map. It was on the Neon, it was on the nerfed Neon, but still showed flashes of greatness. You just got to match it. And you got to also just, like, again, rely on the rest of this team. We've seen players like Partisan and Snack really step up when it matters. But I mean, the time is now. Backs are against the wall, and you have to be perfect from here on out.
Yeah, definitely. It is. They are one map away from losing this title, and that is not what you want to see. You do not want to have gone a 6-0 record to lose it on the last game, especially due to a forfeit and through to issues with starting.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but it's also how things go. I mean, again, this is a very competitive league, so you can't fault Ball State for wanting to take advantage of the rules. They're there for a reason, and I think they're very just in taking that forfeit win. Unfortunate, it's just an unfortunate situation for CCNY, but again, this team has not lost yet. They're 6-0. I think they have the talent. It's just they got to get all their ducks in a row and make this one happen. It's gonna be a big ask. I
Yeah.
don't think we're ready to go just yet, but when we get to it, I'm excited for it. Not that Ascent really is the most, I would say, exciting map due to how constant it is in its meta. But I also
Yeah,
know that the players playing these agents are very good at these agents, and
definitely.
that's what's exciting. So
Right.
we'll see it in just a little bit. We're gonna wait for teams to get ready. That could be in 30 seconds. That could be in a couple of minutes. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a little. All right, here we go. We're back. We're getting into it. We're into Agent Select, and it's Ascent. And I can make my guesses, but I have a feeling we're going to see an Omen, a KJ, a Sova, a KO, and a Jet. I could be wrong, but tends to be what the case is. And look at that. There it is. Already locked in is Ball State. CCNY bringing back what they actually, sorry, switching things up a little bit from what they played last week, switching out the KO for the Breach. And we did see Breach have some success with Seneca last time around. So maybe just taking a play out of their playbook.
Yeah, we're also seeing Ian on Jet this time, while Classy is on Sova, which I think is extremely interesting considering how we saw Classy on Jet last map.
You also had a Sova player in I believe Phobos. So very, very strange. I guess all that hyping up I did of Classy no longer matters. I mean, okay, very, very, very weird. I don't know. I don't know. We've seen this work out in the past. Sometimes I just can never nail what these teams really do, or why they do what they do. This one, I mean, it seems confusing to me because, again, Classy was just tearing it up with the operator. Looked fantastic on the Jet, but maybe just got a crazy Odin that we do not know about. So I guess we'll find out soon.
Yeah. I mean, excited to see what they bring.
Looks like Classy starting for Boathouse.
Standing
Holding
ahead.
dart. It's not going to ping much of anything, but Snack finding Ian first. Eudaimonia finding Soup next, and it's just Classy on site. Switch closed. Classy goes down. It's free, and it's a very, very positive start to this pistol round for CCNY.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Yeah, and there you go. Another one bites the dust. As Partisan finds Phobos, Eudaimonia finds Bam, and okay, almost a flawless pistol round.
Yeah, I feel if I was CCNY, I'm feeling pretty good right now earning that pistol round. Now having gun advantage and probably feeling pretty confident going into this second round here. As I do believe they won the pistol round last time, so we know that things can pretty easily change, but it's exciting to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, positive. So you gotta recover from what can only be a very difficult mental challenge right now of being down. Losing that map due to a forfeit, now having to go to a map that you're not super strong at. But speaking of a mental boom, Phobos is just tearing down these players with a Bucky right now. And I don't know if there could be a thing that's even more tilting than that. And maybe getting spammed through a smoke. That would be the other thing. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter, though. Even numbers at the end of it. A lot of guns lost. So very, very rough start to this anti-eco for CCNY, but it's not entirely over. Galdrone doesn't spot a single player, though. I don't know if they expect Ian to be here in Boathouse. Okay, well, that will confirm it. Okay, still standing. But Soup falls down. Classic isn't enough. So, okay, they win it. They win it. They lose 3 rifles, but they win it.
Yeah. Econ not feeling all that great, but definitely not looking too horrible, honestly, for CCNY. Probably feeling pretty good now. 2 on the board, 2 in a row. You're probably a bit better off. Not too much better, but you got those guns for the most part.
And it looks like they're still going to force up a few rifles here, so they want to keep this rolling. They want to win this next round, and why not? I mean, if you win your bonus, that's a huge start here, especially on the attacking half of Sen. Partisan, shove back Ian from tree, make some progress up mid, just trying to work around the utility here. Smoke is deep. We have to take market control. Soup finds Eudaimonia, actually, never mind. So, able to hold for now, but Retrozen already through. Soup taken out. Bam, just trying to find some spam, but instead we'll find Retrozen traded by Classy. But Panda's all the way behind, and I don't know if they expect this or not. The owl drone not used at the right time. Shoulder peeking out. So Ian sitting on 16 HP. And Phobos with 100 and a rechargeable shield. All that's left between CCNY and finding another round. Perfect. Blind. Phobos. And the shot to go with it. So, okay. They win the third round.
Gun here.
Right, yeah. Both teams taking pretty severe hits on these last few rounds, that even when they win, there's still at least 3 players down on either side, and not great when you think about economy, losing rifles and guns like that.
Yeah, we're going to see that. I mean, it's going to be pretty poor, uneven buy from Ball State right now. And meanwhile, the economy also not doing too hot from CCNY due to how they bought the previous round. So it's going to be awkward, to say the least, between these two teams. But it looks like CCNY has a game plan right now, and that is poke and prod through mid and end B. And they're doing it one more time. Alladron's going to go through mid, which is going to make it very difficult to clear out Soup, holding this angle with the Bucky. Ian just finding Panda with the spam. And there goes Soup, taking down Eudaimonia. The trigger discipline. But Snack is through mid already, in the spawn, just absolutely pushing the pace. Ian pinned. Bam. Wins that 1v1, and it's all up to Retrosint. All alone. Spike in hand, no ult. Decent amount of utility, though.
One suppressed.
Tip of the knife. Trying to bait out this fight between him
Can't use that.
Spam.
Cover
Doesn't
going
come.
out.
Refresh just smoked deep inside a tree, but that won't be seen. And now the footsteps being heard. Classy and logs. I think this is going to be unexpected. And it took a few bullets, but eventually Retrosint goes down.
Yeah, I got a little scared there for a minute. Classy. I mean, they always say it's the easiest shots that are the hardest to hit. You know, when someone's looking the other way, always when you miss your shots. But good round for Ball State, bringing it back to even and securing their economy a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I think, a good position for them now. They have an opportunity to start kind of running away with things, but we'll see if they can maintain that. We're going back towards B. It's pushing the pace. It's Nico, so they got to make something happen.
You should run.
See, Soup shot back towards there. There comes the lockdown, but there comes the spam. These smokes are not safe to stand behind. Oh my, 3 already taken out.
One enemy remaining.
Lockdown absolutely useless, and another one bites the dust. It's just absolute perfection.
Ooh, the final kill with a shorty is not what you want to feel. That's gotta feel like a bit of a slap in the face there, but worked out in the favor of Ball State, who is now looking pretty good with economy and feeling themselves probably.
Yeah, it's Ball State's Ball State's in a perfect position. This is exactly where they want to be, especially, you know, after losing the pistol round. But it looks like we're not changing up the game plan here, as it is a split push. So there is a few players going towards A, but looks like B remains the focal point. Never mind, it's all a fake. Finally, switching their methods up, going towards A, and they find Phobos. Eudaimonia with the knives, finds the first pick. Snack, the Guardian, finds the next. Eudaimonia just gonna keep pressing forward. Actually, just, never mind, able to find the rifle. And
No charges left.
get out of there. So strong post-plant position, all 5 alive. Be a very difficult retake now. Soup taken up by Snack, but Classy trades it.
Scanning ahead.
So up to Last two players. Classy finding Pardis in Eudaimonia. In hell gets taken out by Ian, the shorty. Again doing work. And Panda is above. I don't know if he knows. He's just a little dizzy and he can't find the shot. Panda securing it, tying it back up. Again, sketchy. It's messy, but that's fine. That's the style of Valorant that CCNY likes to play for whatever reason. They like to bring it down to these 1v1s, these really, really close rounds, and they somehow come up on top the majority of the time.
Yeah, as this entire match has been really messy at times, and honestly, it's entertaining to say the least, and I think it's a pretty good strategy. Both teams able to see these messy angles, see these messy plays.
Yeah, and it just, you rely on the individual talent on these rosters to make things happen in those scenarios, and it's definitely prevalent. I mean, both these teams have some incredible players. But now we're back to this mid split. I think A is we're gonna go again. They're gonna clear Wine, but Phobos getting one for free. Hand gets out. Ian with the operator takes out Eudaimonia. So this A hit going flat. Zach still wanting to test this up and finds it. Ian is a little too slow on the trigger finger there. They have their way back in. They know Phobos is in Wine. They still haven't dealt with it. And okay, never mind. I guess they don't. That was the answer. Snack will just deal with everybody. With 3 already, the lockdown. I'm gonna try to force people off site. And what we'll do is actually a full rotate. Metrozen wisely. Oh, but really caught awkward here. Judge finds one and a lot of damage onto Soup, but Snack is just not there yet. Pike tapped. It was enough to bait Snack to run in full W keying, nothing on their mind, but just trying to find that kill. And Soup with 8 HP pulls it out.
Definitely feeling a little rough there. And I mean, they were able to secure it, and I think that bait was a very smart move there. You think that if no one's on site, they're going to be holding down as much as they can on that spike, trying to get it to at least half. But Soup had the foresight to just tap and prepare. As we saw there, Snack was just not ready for them not to be on the spike. Already turned and waiting and just overshot it a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, it was difficult, and it was a lot of pressure being put on Snack. Normally able to pull off those plays. Ian is flashed, and not by the opposing team, by his own KO. So that one didn't work out. But you know who else can splash Phobos, and it didn't matter. He still found 2. So we're back even. Hunter's Fury trying to stop the plant, but it's just a little too far away. Retrozen making a lot of info here, a lot of noise. Here comes the null command. Hunter's Fury immediately canceled, and so is the entirety of CCNY. Easily cleaned up. Perfect retake from Ball State.
Yeah, right there, very good, really amazing use out of the KO ult here. But I mean, very, very lucky for Ball State that they were able to cancel out that Sova ult right there, because Wine is a pretty secure spot to be Sova ulting from and hard to combat, and they were able to take it away without any use, not a single shot fired there.
Yeah, I mean, perfect timing, and sometimes it pays to be lucky, and it definitely did there. I mean, that's a huge ult gone from the hands of the Beavers. Knife gonna note all the players sitting in main. There's 3 there. Phobos already finding Eudaimonia. And Phobos with these early aggressive peaks has found so much. You can also see that they're using this Omen smoke. And the main thing is that it's very difficult for Breach to flash through this. Mostly because he has to use a wall. He can't just use a pop flash. And that's exactly why they're content with just letting this happen. Snack is in a 1v4, as everybody else got absolutely decimated in front of A main. Able to find 2. Spike is still outside A main, and they know this. They're going to make it very, very difficult to fight back through. Snack actually... Classy trying to bait here, and it worked perfectly.
Yeah, definitely a really smart move there by closing the door and making them assume that you were on site when really you were just further into tree.
Yeah, it was a good play, and heads up from Classy. But again, it's felt really tough, specifically for Snack, to be put in these scenarios time and time again where they're just being asked to do the impossible.
Yeah, it seems to be a trend so far. That Snack is just left alone a lot of the time so far. Ball State seemingly pretty good with their team, like with their teamwork, their communication.
Yeah, and these A site holds are really like a testament to that. They've been using utility very, very well to prevent any of these players from being able to break through. Just even the first few steps of getting on the site. And you see it again here. I mean, they can't even get towards main, can't get towards wine. And sometimes when they do, there's a player waiting for them. So once again, they're resetting. They're heading back towards B. They're leaving 2 to anchor.
Cover going out.
Maybe come back in late, fake some noise, fake some pressure. Soup sitting here waiting for it. Finds the first shot. But a 1-for-1 is not what you want there. Classy was just standing out in the open with the recon. Luckily, doesn't go down. And Phobos does get spotted. So, yeah, not going to be able to fight their way out of this. But Ian and Bam do find Snack and Partisan. 2v3 scenario and a nasty flick from Bam. It's going to mean that Retrozen is just caught. Just the judge. And not able to do anything about what's going on site. So it's 7 now for Ball State. And they're doing their best to really just drive the series home early here.
Yeah, they're very confident in their plays. They're sending these plays, and sometimes confidence really is the key. You can't afford to hesitate, and Ball State really seems to be doing that well. I mean, there's also not much you can do when you're Retrozen and you have a shotgun against rifles and an Odin. I mean, it's not easy for you there.
Oh yeah, it's hard. It's tough, and maybe 1 or 2 more rounds, and I think CCY could feel pretty okay. Eudaimonia though, oh, brought down to 3, but the spam counter from Panda keeps him alive. Panda not finding anything on the stoop, who was scanned, and now suddenly numbers advantage is back in the hands of Ball State. What is going on here? Okay, well, never mind. Okay. Again, we're talking about paying to be lucky. There you go, Partisan. Just he finds the first shot, but I don't know if they're ready for this one. Ian has made their way all the way around the map and all the way behind, and Partisan not looking that way. Bam and Ian bringing them down 1 by 1. It's 8 now for Ball State.
Last round.
Yeah, we were talking about how Classy was on Jet, but we had no idea how Ian would be also on Jet. And we are seeing that operator be played finally on the last round. We have both an Op and an Odin, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is a deadly combination.
It's part of the reason why it's so difficult to play against the set, because again, you just plant that Odin on B with the KJ, really can't do anything about it. Put that off towards mid or A, and it's just impossible at times. It feels that way at least. And with Phobos just basically able to doing whatever the hell they want around their smokes, around this entrance of A, that just adds another layer of difficulty to the whole problem. Double shock lineup, not finding anything, but you know what does find something? This Hunter's Fury, knocking down Bam for now, and Phobos sitting on basically no health. Wait, you cannot be kidding. Snack, what just happened? Snack with literally Classy just sitting in his face, misses the shots. And now Panda is just totally left to just get spammed. I don't know.
Switching sides.
Yeah, a little bit of a sketchy round there towards the end. You know, some plays that may or probably should not have worked and did. You know, talk about luck.
Yeah.
There, you can't be missing shots like that, and unfortunately they did, which worked out in the favor of Ball State, which is now leading at a 9-3 once again.
Yeah, and the problem with that round is that you feel like you outplayed Ball State. You had the positioning right, and then you just could not figure out how to properly fire your weapon. That was really tough. I gotta feel for Snack a little bit. I mean, doing the best they can on their team, and maybe that's good going into this defensive half. But I mean, down 9-3. I don't know. You need this pistol, that's for sure. Let's see what they can deliver here. It's a split 2-1-2 look to this point. I think A will be the final move. Team and Smokes going towards B to draw those players over. Partisan jump spotting towards mid, not sliding anything, but Eudaimonia can get a lot of information. So here we go. Recon going towards Heaven. Eudaimonia up towards Jenny. Bam, we're gonna take it down. All right. Well, Partisan, yeah, able to stop everybody in their tracks. Classic doing a lot of work. Spikes on site. But Snoop is trying to make it happen. Never mind, Partisan once again. Making things very difficult. Classy does have 125 HP. But just the classic, and it will not matter. Partisan finding 3 and finding the round.
That's what you want from your initiator player too. I mean, you don't expect it all that often, especially maybe not on defense in that sense, but you trust them to get that information, and they very clearly trust Partisan to get those kills.
Yeah, I mean, been pretty solid throughout on these pistol rounds specifically, but you got to deliver on the rest of the rounds too.
Right.
So hopefully Partisan can get a little bit more involved. I mean, only player who's even sniffing positive right now is Snack, and I mean, I don't know. It's going to be a very long road if people cannot figure out how to find these kills. Well, it's just a standard speed rush here from Ball State. The Outlaw from Market doesn't find anything to start. Now smoked and closed off. Panda all out in the open. Phobos trades it out. Nobody on site, so it's a 4v4 retake. Never mind, 4v3. Snack finding Ian with the Outlaw will bring us back towards reality. Precious clears the main, and Eudaimonia clears everybody else, along with Snack. So everybody dead from Ball State. Round 1 again from CCNY. But it's only the first step on a long road back.
Right, yeah. I feel that it is very difficult post-plant to defend on B at times, especially if you're not able to get off-site at times, or just not being able to move out of the planting area, which they were very much not able to do, as CCNY was able to completely pinch them in that area.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seemed like they couldn't do anything about it. And that's also kind of because of the breach. It makes it a little bit more difficult to hold things in a post-plant on site. And so that's I think why that non-traditional pick can provide some value.
Yeah, the stuns and the flashes are really useful in that sense.
Alright, well, here's a little KJ tech for you. Don't know where that landed, but I think it was used to destroy the other Molly. Yeah, it is. So, KJ counter utility. But the Outlaw landing 140 onto Soup. Retrosint, you know what he's doing. Been doing this all season long. Got that judge right in main. And Ian. Oh, okay, never mind. It's all good. Finding both. Almost found a third. Chicken actually is cleaning it up. Soup finds, or Soup goes down through the turret, but Classy still lethal with a rifle. V2 retake. Classy on half HP. Phobos with the near sight still in hand. Gonna be used towards heaven. Aldrone. Of course, to reposition. Stunned, not finding anybody but the flash. Oh, never mind. Phobos finds both. It's up to Panda, and it will not happen. Phobos, crazy 3K to clutch that round out, and they needed it. I mean, it would have been 3 in a row and a broken economy early for Ball State, but now they're doing all right.
Yeah, must be feeling a lot better being able to afford some rifles and get back into it. Best to stop that snowballing before it happens any worse than this, as we saw in the last one. They were able to take the game, but you really don't want to give up many more rounds and risk them getting any closer to winning it.
What they can do, well, they're going to be introduced to the operator from Eudaimonia, immediately finding the KO in mid. And Ian taking a bit of damage from his spam. Eudaimonia, perfect reposition, finding Ian as well. So there we go. I was doubting what this Jet could do, but we're now starting to find out. Already with 2 picks in this one. Phobos forced to use the ult just to get back out and reposition away from Eudaimonia. Panda knows exactly where Phobos is. Alright, players remain. Forced the crosshairs to move. And it forces 3 to go down. So, advantage erased instantly. Once more. Ball State now back in the driver's seat in this round. Retrosint. Slowly walking. Finds the first. And okay, well, Recon going to reveal, and again, set is a paper map. I've heard this one before, but there you go. Now you know everything is spammable, and unfortunately, that will be enough to take Retrosint out.
Right, yeah. Udai did have Ball State sweating with that operator, even if it was a bit brief. But it did get a lot of use out of it, and it was the first time we saw Udai using it this game.
Yeah. Well, 2 rounds away from victory, but so are sorry. Yeah, 2 rounds away from bringing this one home. I think everybody on the side of CCY is well aware. They're going to pull out all the stops. They're going to make it tough. Ball State just able to do everything they ever need. Man advantage, man disadvantage, it doesn't seem to matter. They always pull the rounds back. And it's going to be Retrosint with Eudaimonia. They need to win this one. Few rifles recovered. First pick going the way of Retrosint.
1 enemy remaining.
With Soup with 3, trying to finish it off, and there it is. 1 round away now.
Yeah, this is incredibly nerve-wracking at this point in time. We are seeing Ball State absolutely run away with these rounds. CCNY has been able to stop early on, you know, when they had the econ advantage, when they won the pistol round. But now that Ball State has these weapons, has the util and everything, they are unable to stop them from getting on site, from planting, and even retake has not been too great for them.
Yeah, and what's unfortunate is I just feel like every round we're starting with 1 or 2 picks going the way of CCNY. But for whatever reason, after that, it just falls apart. They're not able to lock it down, not able to clutch it out, and just convert what should be relatively easy wins. And now, they're being faced with defeat. The end of a season that they fought so long and hard for. And trying to spam everybody down with the Odin. Eventually will run out of bullets. Does a decent amount of damage, but not a single player falls. Retrozen trying his hardest to stay alive back tight. The Rolling Thunder gonna go towards all of Ball State, but a 4v1. It's Panda with the Odin. What can he do? Position is noted. He finds 2. But he low on health. Picks up the rifle. Uses the recon. Wings can't find the... Wait, it's just the 1v1. Lands the shot! And Panda keeps them in it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that
Never give up.
was incredible play by Panda. I mean, I'm speechless there. Ball State had that one and almost the title in the bag, and instead was just taken down by Panda. That one has gotta get the heart racing. I don't know what I'd be doing if I were Panda right now.
I mean, you gotta just stay locked in, though. I mean, you're still so far away, but I mean, winning a 1v4 clutch to just keep it going, such a massive performance.
Careful there.
But I mean, again, they still got a long journey to go. Eudaimonia starting it off right, taking out Phobos. But again, the problem is, can they convert these rounds where they have these early advantages? So far, the answer's been largely no. Ball State slowing it down this time. The lockdown from Snack is going to force players back towards A. Spike was toward that bead site, so this is an overall pretty positive result. Swing doesn't result in anything. Eudaimonia trying to stop anybody from rushing this site. It's up to Partisan. It's not going to be enough. Retrozen trades Bam. Snack finds Soup.
30 seconds
Just
left.
classy on site. Repositioned back towards Hell. Oh, it's going to jump back up towards Heaven. Not clearing. Retrozen all the way. So the tricky angle she works out for Retrozen. And they stay alive for now.
Yeah, those are angles that you always want to check. Like, even when no one's there, sometimes those basics of just checking your corner, every corner, are what saves you in situations like that. And they just didn't check that corner.
Yeah.
Overall, good for CCNY to live another day.
Yeah, it's exactly where they want to be if they're going to mount this comeback. They got the Odin, they got the Op, they got cash in the bank, and they got Ball State on the back foot for now. That's Sheriffs. And the Knives already down. Partisan happy to take that first kill. But how much more can he deliver? Looks like it's going to be a lot more asked of him. Flash is used. Partisan stuck in the smoke. Phobos pushes through, but won't find anything. 3 down already, and he's looking for more. Finally taken out by Bam. The damage already done.
Last player standing.
Retrosant finds Classy. It's just Bam. They know exactly where they are. The spam through the wall might do it, or it's going to be the Stinger. It was the spam. And there you go. So they're continuing to move forward here. 8 now on the board, but they still got to stay perfect. Got to stay flawless. They got to win 4 more.
Right, and that's just to take it into overtime at this point. There is no way to win it without going into overtime for CCNY, but they are definitely putting up a fight and wanting to take it to that overtime. They do not want to give this up, and I wouldn't either if I were them.
No, I mean, they've worked so hard to get to this point, and again, they're facing a lot of adversity here. It's going to be a very long road back, and somehow Unimonia is still alive. Flash keeps them going for now, and Panda is Odin. So lethal. No way to break into this B site. Players gonna regroup, reposition. Soup being held. Finally given up by Snack. Unimonium whiffing the shot, but staying alive. And now with the help of a bit of Wallax, we'll find another just Phobos. And yeah, all right. Well, Phobos does find artist and Snack.
Sleep, brother.
And Classy finds Panda. What is happening? Do not let it happen this way. There's no way.
30 seconds left.
Planted. Take flight.
Suddenly the lead that CCNY had in the round has vanished. The spike is down, and it's a retake scenario. Phobos all really aggressive in market. Will Retrosant be ready for it? The swing isn't good enough. Phobos finds 3. Classy on the box, and Unimonia just has the operator. I mean, what can you do? You gotta make it happen. Time is ticking down.
Attackers win.
And the shot lands. Ball State take it in 3-0 fashion. It's a perfect sweep for them. In a perfect, or sorry, near perfect season. End up being your first place winners here of Division A.
Ball State secures it. I mean, overall, they were a very organized team, able to pull off some of the most amazing plays that we've seen all season, and were able to beat the top team with a record of being undefeated until now, and that must feel really good if you are Ball State right now. And CCNY, unfortunately, loses their first game at the finals.
Yeah, it really is an unfortunate ending to the season for CCNY. Fought really hard, but a combination of not able to take away those picks away from Ball State, like just losing those maps in pretty tough fashion, and also that forfeit that came due to being 30 minutes late. Not where they wanted to be, but hopefully they can look forward to next season, bring back their talents, and get here once more. I think they have the talent and the ability to get it done. Just didn't work out this time around.
Definitely. They are a solid team with some incredible players, and they should be proud of how far they've come for this season. Near flawless for them as well. Only dropping 1 game to both teams, pretty evenly matched there, and very strong final for this season.
Yeah. So that's actually going to wrap up the entirety of Valorant this semester. That was your last match, and it was an exciting one. Again, Ball State taking this one in a 3-0 sweep over CCNY. So congrats to them, the winners of Division A. That's going to be all it from here for us this season. So any last words you want to put out, Wes?
Thanks for sticking with us all season. It's been an absolute joy to be here, and thanks for being my co-caster.
Yeah, I know. It's been a lot of fun. I had a great time. Hopefully, we get an opportunity to do this again in the spring, but we'll see. We'll see how things work out. And again, for you guys at home, thank you for tuning in. You guys are really what make the esports popular and possible. You can't have the competition without the viewership, and we love doing this for you. So thank you all for your support. That's going to wrap it up here, though. Thank you all for tuning in. We got more coming your way later this week at 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune in. Rocket League Grand Finals tomorrow. And will be a lot of fun. But other than that, good night, everyone.
Good night.